75 years of F1, let's do a fun fact about each champion. Giuseppe Farina raced the Belgian Grand Prix with a broken arm, still in a cast from a previous crash. Juan Manuel Fangio was kidnapped in Cuba in 1958. Alberto Ascari believed he would die in a car crash like his father. He did die in testing at the same age as his father on the same day of the month and in eerily similar circumstances. Mike Hawthorne wore a bow tie under his jumpsuit. Jack Brabham is the only driver to win the world championship in a car that carried his own name. Phil Hill was a mechanic before his racing career and allowed him to give his team very specific feedback. Graham Hill was a rower before driving in his racing colors, pay homage to the London Rowing Club. Jim Clark had the highest percentage of laps led with 71.4% until Max Verstappen's 2023 season. John Surtees is the only person to win a world championship on both 2 and 4 wheels. Denny Hulme was nicknamed the Bear in part because he liked to drive barefoot. Jackie Stewart was an international level clay pigeon shooter and narrowly missed making the Olympic shooting team. Jochen Rindt is the only F1 driver to win the championship posthumously. Emerson Fittipaldi was the youngest winner at 25 before Fernando Alonso broke his record. Niki Lauda won by the narrowest margin in history, just half a point ahead of Prost. James Hunt preferred to go commando in his race suit. Mario Andretti is returning to the F1 grid with Cadillac after several failed bid attempts. Jody Scheckter was the last Ferrari champion in the 20th century in 1979. Alan Jones had the OG teammate rivalry with Carlos Reutemann, played mind games in the last race of the season, which lost Carlos the world championship by 1 point. Nelson Piquet once publicly insulted Nigel Mansell's wife to try and gain a mental edge, in case you're wondering about his character. Keke Rosberg won the championship with only 1 race win. Alain Prost got fired mid-season from Ferrari for calling the car a truck. Ayrton Senna was highly skilled at chess. Nigel Mansell lost the Canadian GP in 1991 after stalling his car while waving to the crowd on the last lap. Michael Schumacher got his first F1 race start because Bertrand Gauchot was in prison for assaulting a taxi driver. Jacques Villeneuve released a pop album in 2007. Mika Hakkinen outqualified Senna in his first qualifying session with McLaren. Fernando Alonso has Poland syndrome, resulting in a missing right pectoral muscle. Kimi Räikkönen almost bankrupted Lotus due to a bonus he had for every world championship point he scored. Lewis Hamilton is afraid of onions. Sebastian Vettel holds the record for the fastest fine in F1 in the first 9 seconds of his career for speeding in the pit lane. Nico Rosberg saved the life of a 5-year-old boy from drowning in Monaco. Max Verstappen broke down a door with a hammer to get to his cat.